Hello everyone, welcome back to Rainbow Tarot UK. A big warm welcome if you're either new, a returning viewer or a subscriber. Welcome to our pick a card reading here on Rainbow Tarot UK. So today's reading we're going to be doing, aren't we? What are their true and honest intentions right now towards you and the connection? And I'm going to be looking at our three piles in just a moment. So just to say as well, just to remind you like I always do, it's a general reading, so just take what resonates, take the messages that feel right. You never have to take a message that doesn't feel right. And remember, it's timeless, so it's good for whenever you're finding it. But other than that, let's get straight to our groups. Okay guys, so these are the three groups for today. We've got pile number 1, which is the Snake and Fern. Card there, with the green aventurine stone here. Pile number 2, which is the spider and passion flower, and the red jasper stone here. And then pile number 3, which is the fox and ivy, with this lovely little white stone here. So those are our three piles. Just take a moment, go for the pile that you think is calling to you the most. There might be more than one pile, sometimes there is, and that's fine. So you might have messages in more than one pile. And yeah, other than that, I'll see you in your reading. Bye for now. Hi pile number 1, welcome back to your reading. So you chose to come into our reading on what are their honest and true intentions towards you on the snake and the fern. There you go, the snake and the fern and the green aventurine here. Beautiful green aventurine, always one of my favourites. I'm going to put that there. Okay, and it actually says underneath, it actually says starting over. So that's the little phrase that goes with this, starting over. And it's card number 34, which cancels down to 7. Okay, so that's our card that we're coming into on what are their true and honest intentions towards you right now. Obviously I've pre-shuffled some oracle cards, so let's take a look at those as well. So we've got space, so you might be in separation from this person at the moment, just for some of you, or there might be a need for some space, or maybe they're feeling a need for some space or something like that. Creativity, card number 4, creativity. There's a lot of green in this, beautiful green here, and also the fern is also an evergreen plant, isn't it? Okay, and then we have my little orosoma, and this is the Page of Wands here, and this relates to, and I say it in lots of my readings because I love these cards, they're what they call the orosoma inspiration decks. Orosoma is a form of colour therapy, and it's normally based in glass bottles with oil over water, so two colours can sit on top of each other, or 2 different shades, and they're absolutely beautiful. If you ever get a chance to look at orosoma online, it's gorgeous. But these particular cards relate also to the tarot deck, and this is the Page of Wands, but the bottle is bottle number 26, and it's always called the Humpty Dumpty bottle because it often comes at a time when something has happened and you need to put something back together again, like the rhyme Humpty Dumpty. You know, the whole Humpty Dumpty, you know, sat on a wall, fell off the wall, and, you know, all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty back together again. But this bottle is about putting something back together again, often after some sort of event, some shocking event, or some difficult times, or some trauma, or something like that. So maybe with the space in this card, this is about, you're talking about a situation that has gone through some difficulty, or is in separation, or you're not together with them, possibly. And just from these cards, and obviously we're going to put out some tarot, but just from these cards, there may be something about starting over, either with you or just starting over, taking a break, having a clean break, and beginning again. So this person has either got the intention to begin again for themselves or to begin again with you. That's kind of what I'm feeling. And the space card might be that the space card is the card of pure potential. So anything can happen out of space, right? It's got a potential for it to go any way, really. I think that's kind of what I'm picking up on here, on this particular spread. But anyway, so let's first of all, let's get a bit of a sense, a bit more of the situation that you are currently in with them. Let's clarify that. Big thank you if you've subscribed, liked, commented. Thanks a lot for doing that. And if you do feel like you want to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload, then please do. That would be fantastic. But let's first of all, let's find out, you know, what is the sort of situation, what's going on between partner number one and their person right now? What is their current situation, please? And it's a good way for you to be able to check, you know, what's going on in the situation, whether this is the right path for you. Eight of Pentacles. What is going on between partner number one and their person right now? Temperance. What is going on? Oh, death, change and transformation. Okay, and the overarching energy is the Five of Swords. Yeah, I do feel like with the Five of Swords here that you might be talking about something that you're either in separation from or you're going through a difficult time here, because the Five of Swords talks about, the Five of Swords is a tricky one really. It normally does talk about defeat, because normally in the traditional Five of Swords you have one person kind of at the front of the card feeling victorious, but two people in the background in, you know, upset. So there's winner. What I'm trying to say is in this card there's winners and losers. So it might have been that you've been through a split or a tricky situation or, you know, a difficult time, and some people feel like they've gained and some people haven't gained. It might have been with a snake here, some sort of snaky energy or some snaky behaviour or something that wasn't quite right. The Humpty Dumpty bottle does go with trauma, shock, upset. But I feel like with this person, you know, the situation in the centre is balance. Temperance is about balance, bringing balance into a situation, really. So I feel like there is a need for balance to be brought back into this situation, or a desire for balance to be brought back into the situation. But it's going to require a lot of tweaking. I think that's what I want to say. It's going to require a lot of tweaking in this situation. You've got death here, which shows again change and transformation. It goes with the starting over card. So I feel like this situation might have come to an end, come apart, fallen apart, gone its separate ways, or you are in separation at the moment, or something like that. But I feel like there's a desire. So there's disappointment, there's loss, but or maybe there has been in this situation at the moment. It feels like somebody's won and somebody's lost. So somebody's gained and somebody's lost in some way. That's kind of what I'm feeling. That might have be what's going on here, because again, these are sort of like you know, this is a card of creativity, which is all about abundance and growth, and with the evergreen it's all about abundance and growth, but maybe at the cost of something, you know, with the Humpty Dumpty bottle here, at the cost of something falling apart, something coming into disarray or something like that. So there's been winners and losers in this situation. And again, it makes me feel that, you know, with the starting over, you know, that this situation is either about starting over on your own. So it could be a little bit of a crossroads. It's either about starting over independently and individually, or it's starting over together. It just feels to me like there's sort of two sort of separate energies here. But there needs to be, central to it is this kind of balance. So I feel like there needs to be some balance just generally brought into both of your lives, really, either together or you know, separately. Balance is the key, really, right now, for your health, for everything, for both of you. I'm just feeling that is what is going on right now. It could be that this is something to do with work as well, with the Eight of Pentacles here. So maybe this was a work situation, or it is a work situation, or somebody again, somebody is kind of gained from the situation, is focused, is moving forward, but somebody else has kind of lost out in some way. Yeah, something like that. because this person is really focused on this pentacle. You know, like I feel like maybe that could be going on where it's a bit of a, you know, where somebody, maybe one of you feels that you know, you've lost, or somebody else has lost, or somebody else has gained. You know, there's that kind of perspective going on here. So that might be, if that doesn't feel like your situation. But in terms of, I mean, these cards were drawn about what are their intentions, and I feel their intentions are to kind of start over. Like I say, to start over, to begin something new again, to be creative again. I feel like this person is almost waking up. This woman is almost waking up here in this forest, in this abundant forest. So I feel like they definitely, their intentions at the moment is definitely to start over in some way, to repair whatever trauma or damage has happened. They feel like the possibilities are endless. There could be endless possibilities here. But it's not clear to me, and I'm going to, when I draw these cards, it'll be clearer to me in terms of what, if the honest and true intentions are for them to be with you. That's kind of what I'm unclear about. But I definitely know that they definitely want to start over. They want a new beginning. They want to be abundant again here. They want to be balanced again. Something like that. They want change and transformation again. So in terms of astrological signs, 8 of Pentacles, that is Virgo energy. Temperance, that is Sagittarius energy. Death, that is Scorpio energy. And 5 of Swords is Aquarius energy. So let's see, so that's kind of where we're at. Let me just draw a, can I have an oracle card for where pile number 1 and their person are at right now? What is going on in the situation for them right now? Pile number 1 and their person. 2 seem to want to come out here, so I'm going to take the 2 of them. Your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn. Meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. I mean, funnily enough, with the starting over card here, new moons, you know, is all about new beginnings, really. New moons are all about new starts, new beginnings. Yeah, so sort of like wiping the slate clean almost. So I feel like that's got a lot of that energy to this situation. There's something about it needing to begin again, or for you on your own to begin again, for them on their own to begin again. But there needs to be a wiping the slate clean, you know, a starting from scratch for new possibilities. Now, whether that's together, I'm not really sure, but let's... I mean, this always reminds me, this one actually, this new moon in Pisces card, we've got the 2 fish here. It always has a bit of a soulmate feel to it here, to this one. But let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what we've got when we pull the other cards. Let's use these ones. So let's actually ask, you know, what is pile number 1's person's true and honest intentions towards pile number 1 and the connection? 8 of Pentacles again underneath the 8 of Pentacles. So they definitely want to work on it. So this card is them, they want to work on this connection. And that tells me definitely that they want to work on it, because this is a card of mastery. So if it wasn't something that they, you know, if it came into separation and they hadn't mastered it before, you know, because there is this sense of disappointment and loss here, they want to master it with 8 of Pentacles here. And again, it's this particular 8 of Pentacles is covered in butterflies. And it's like they want to change and transform it, definitely. This is a whole massive butterfly, you know, which is quite an unusual depiction for the 8 of Pentacles, but it is about change and transformation and mastery. So my sense is that they want to work on this connection, definitely. And it goes with the creativity here. Yeah, they want to come up with creative solutions, I think, to start over, to repair something here. So what is pile number 1's person's 8 of Cups? So underneath the Temperance, which was Balance, we've got 8 of Cups. Again, see, it's interesting because 8 of Cups, you know, is about a walking away energy. But in it's, I don't think they do want. I don't think they do want to walk away, because in this 8 of Cups, I don't know if you can see, everything is in 2s apart from that ladybird. So there's 2 swans, or swans are mate for life, 2 dragonflies, 2 butterflies, 2 little birds here. And it just makes me feel that I don't actually feel in their heart that they want to walk away. Maybe you walked away or someone walked away from this, but I don't think they do. Let's see here, what is part number one's person's intentions towards, part of one's person's intentions towards part number one and the connection. Maybe they have to walk away from something to be with you. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, like the Empress. I'm going to move this over. I feel like maybe they have to walk away from something to be with you. And that's why you've got the Eight of Cups here, for balance. So in order for them to gain balance, you know, they have to move from something else. And that might be why you have the Five of Swords, because, you know, you've got winners and losers in that situation. So then maybe they have to move away from a situation where somebody else has lost out, you know, somebody else is hurting, in order to move into something with you. That could be what's going on here. What else? I'm just going to draw one more. What is pile number one's person's honest intentions towards pile number one right now? What are the honest intentions? Four of Cups. And the overarching energy is the Sun. They could be. Yeah, I mean, I feel like, again, it goes, I feel like in this pile, it is a pile of winners and losers, really, because with their intentions, I think their overall intention is that they want to be with you, because we've got the Sun here. The Sun is positive happiness. It's, you know, it is such a lovely, lovely, lovely energy. And I feel that that is what their overall intention is to have that sort of happiness with you. But I think, and to work at it, and that they see you as the Empress, which is a beautiful energy again, of sort of abundance, of creativity, of love, of so much care in the Empress. So also somebody who looks so great. So I feel they're very attracted to you. But I feel like they have, in this particular pile, that something has to, they have to leave something. So I feel like in this part they have to leave something, or someone has to leave something behind in order to be with you, and that is tricky. That is difficult. That's why you got the Five of Swords. That's why you got the 26 bottle. There has to be like there has to be a cancelling down of something else in order for something else to be created, something else to be brought into being, like the shedding of a skin, like the snake. The snake sheds its skin for renewal, doesn't it? So I'm feeling like that is what is happening here in this particular. So maybe you're in a situation where you've been waiting for this person, or they've got to leave something in order to be with you, because that's interesting. That's why I thought this is a very interesting depiction of the Eight of Cups, because this person is walking away, but there's all these twos around it, these sort of couple situation around it. So it makes me think that that is about having to walk away from something else into that other situation, really. But there needs to be major transformation for that. Because the Four of Cups is again showing somebody maybe losing out in this situation, and that's why we've got the winners and the losers. Somebody's losing out. Somebody's not feeling so happy, you know, in this situation. So it might be that you're, like I say, you're in a freeway situation, or something's happened here, or they need to do something to start over. But in order to start over, they have to leave something behind, and they're kind of willing to do that. I feel like they're willing to do that because because the Empress is a very creative energy. We've got the card of creativity. They want to create something new, but it means leaving something old behind, and that could be quite painful for the other person, or just generally for the situation. And it requires a lot of work, a lot of focus, but they want to transform. Or maybe somebody left this situation. Or maybe somebody left this situation. Maybe they think you wouldn't be interested. You've got your back to them, you wouldn't be interested in being with them, but they want that with you. They definitely want that with you. They definitely want to start over with you. They want to bring you out of the shade and into the sun, because we've got the sun here. So they want to take the shade out of the situation. So if there's been some, like I said, some snaky or shady behaviour before, then they don't want that anymore. But obviously that's up to you if you want to, if you want to listen to that. But I feel like they want to master it. They want to, they definitely want to master the situation. They want to have a transformed situation with you, a bright one, a positive one. So out of disappointment and betrayal and loss, they want to create a positive, warm situation with you. Now that has moved. What is there that I can see just there? Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles. So they want to move slowly towards building that up again. Because the Knight of Pentacles is an energy of moving very slowly towards building that up again, towards building something concrete again. Putting it back together again, I guess, or putting something together out of something that has fallen apart as well. That's the other way of reading it. So that's what I see here. That's what I see as their honest intentions. So in terms of astrological signs, 8 of Pentacles, that is Virgo energy. 8 of Cups, that is Pisces energy. The Empress is Taurus. 4 of Cups is Cancer energy. And the Sun is obviously Leo energy. So there you go. So let's see what we've got, any other messages about, what their intentions are. We've got any messages for pile number 1 from their person about pile number 1's person's intentions right now? How are they feeling? Yeah, I mean, how are they feeling actually? How are they feeling towards pile number 1? How are they feeling? Oh, a few that have come out there. So this one says, criticising one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. So maybe they're, before, if you were with them before, and this is kind of like a renewal, well, I feel it probably is. It's about wiping the slate clean and coming into the situation again in a more kind of accepting or positive way. I think that's what they're wanting. This one says passion. A magnetic and seductive quality surround you at present. Enjoy it. So there's a lot of attraction here. I think with the Empress card, they definitely find you very attractive. Look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. So maybe it's asking you to listen to your intuition a little bit here. Is there anything else? I feel like I want to do one other. I feel like I'm going to do one of these cards again. What else? Is there any guidance for pile number 1 in this situation, please? What does this say? And 2. A personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. I mean, full moons is all about results, yeah. And then we've got, again, full moon in Aries, a fiery climax approach. So maybe you've been waiting for this situation to come into being, or waiting on results, or waiting for somebody to come towards you, or waiting for somebody to walk away from something to begin something with you, or something like that. And it feels like results are coming, because it says, personal issue reaches resolution, a fiery climax approaches. But it is almost like, to get those results, something else has to be let go of. I feel like that's what's going on here, really. But anyway, pile number 1, that's been your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hey, pile number 2, and welcome back to your reading. So in today's reading, we are doing, aren't we, what are their honest intentions, their true and honest intentions towards you and the situation and the connection. So you chose to come into this reading under this card, which is the Spider and Passion Flower. Beautiful card, actually. I do like this card. Yeah, and it says underneath, it says creative ingenuity. Creative ingenuity, which I suppose is what sums up the spider when they're spinning their web. They have to be very ingenious, don't they? It's a very sort of intricate pattern that they're spinning, isn't it? Right, okay. It's also their home, isn't it? That spider is sitting right in the centre. I'm just noticing that the passion flower is coming in and has damaged the web. So I feel this spider's home has been damaged in some way by this passion flower. So they need to repair it, or they need to come up with ways of repairing it in some way. So anyway, let's just see if that has any relevance. And it's card number 2 with the little, I'll move the little green adventurine with our little red jasper here. We've also got some other oracle cards. Let's have a look, see what they are. So you've got caution, this beautiful yellow hue, and it is caution, the caution card. Right, okay. We've also got, let's have a look, transformation, card number 16, transformation. And this one, oh, this is my Orosoma deck, beautiful blue one, and this is actually the High Priestess, which again is card number 2, and it's bottle number 2. It's also a beautiful, peaceful card, isn't it? Yeah, it's also a very, I mean, I think there's something about this situation which they are either wanting to listen to their intuition, or needing to listen to their intuition, or needing to be guided by signs, or maybe you are part number 2 here. Because I feel the High Priestess, that's a very intuitive card, a very psychic card. It's a card of hiddenness. So it might be a hidden secret situation that we're talking about here for some of you. But with the caution card, that's also warning us and asking us to listen to our signs, to our intuition. So if you've got any signs of intuition, or having any intuition hits, or there's any red flags maybe in the situation or something like that, I think you're being asked in this situation, and maybe they are too, to listen to them, to take heed of them. But let's see what else comes out. I don't want to say too much before we see. Let's get some cards on what is going on actually in the situation. It just may be for some of you with this damaged web here, that's, you know, some situation has come, you know, has had some damage or some problems in it. Maybe something's come in to disrupt it in some way. And there needs to be a lot of creativity now to try and transform it, or to try and bring it back together. So let's see, but you know, you're being asked to be mindful, to be cautious. But anyway, let's see what's going on. Can you give me some cards on what is actually going on at the moment between pile number 2 and the person? Big thank you if you've subscribed, commented, liked, shared my readings. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for doing that. If you feel that you do want to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload, then that would be great. But let's see. So let's see what's going on currently for pile number 2 and their person. What is the current state of the connection? So we have the World here. The Four of Swords. I feel like that one wants to come out. The Ace of Wands. Right. And then the overarching energy is the Four of Pentacles. So I feel like for some of you this might have come in separation with the World card here. It may be the end of a cycle, because the World can be the end of a cycle, like you know, old cycle, new cycle beginning. With the Four of Swords being right in the middle of it, and the overarching energy being the Four of Pentacles, I feel like it's on pause. So it is in separation, really. The Four of Swords is, you know, a need for rest, a need for retreat, a need to take a step back, a need to, you know, you can see from this card here, a need to take some time out in some way to, yeah. But I feel like there's a period of waiting, because I don't know, I haven't noticed it before in this particular depiction. I mean, it reminds me of it's not that Snow White story, but you know when Snow White's in the glass coffin and all the dwarves are around waiting for her thinking she's dead, but then she kind of wakes up, I think. But this is a mermaid in a glass coffin and all these little animals are around kind of like waiting. I feel like there's a bit of waiting going on in this situation. So it might be on pause, it might be in separation, it might have, a new cycle might have already started, and that might have stressed someone out, or that might have really upset someone, or they might have really become, are unhappy in that. But there's something about, with the Rest card, with the High Priestess, there's a need to go inward, really, in this situation. There's a need to listen. With this Rest card, there's a need to listen to your intuition. There's a need to pick up on the signs and the signals. There's a need to have a rest from the connection. And the Four of Pentacles is, again, about somebody just sitting there. The Four of Pentacles is normally about holding on to a situation. Somebody might want to hold on to this situation. Somebody might be wanting to hold on to it, to keep it going. But somebody might want to have let it go, or might let it go, or might have let it go in some way. Maybe there's a need for, it needs to transform. Or maybe what I'm getting is somebody wants it to transform. I think your person wants it to transform. So maybe if it's been in separation, and I think it is, they kind of want a new cycle. I feel like they want a new cycle, a new beginning. But I think there's you need some caution with this, pile number 2. I feel like that's what's happening here. You need to not be too quick, too hasty maybe, to get back with this person if you're in separation from them and you're wondering about whether they're going to come towards you again. I feel like there's a definite need for you to put it on pause, to reflect. Because I'm just getting a bit of with this Spider card here, I feel like somehow this person might be biding their time, and it's almost like that whole thing about flies coming into spiders' webs, and like a spider there sitting in the centre of the web, just waiting. So I just feel like there's a little bit of you need to be cautious, maybe, and use your discernment with this person, pile number 2. Use your intuition, listen, pick up on the signs and the red flags or whatever's going on. I think they would like a new beginning. They would like a passionate new beginning with you. They would like a new start. But you might have already left them, or it might be that you're in separation from them, or you're needing rest and recuperation. I think they want to transform it. They want to come up with ways of... they might be trying to work out ways, whilst in separation from you, to reignite it in some way. Because I feel like there's this kind of holding on to it. There might be a holding on energy to it, really, at the moment. Somebody's holding on to it. But there are some red flags with it. I'm just picking that up. I just feel like there might be some red flags with it. It needs to change. If it's going to come back again, it needs to change. It needs to be different. Definitely, it needs to be better. So in terms of... because this is a lone figure at the moment. The overarching energies, this is a lone figure. So somebody might be waiting on this situation, waiting. So they might be waiting for you to come out of this pause, this rest, this retreat, or you might be waiting for them. But there's something about waiting here. But there's also a message about needing to use your discernment and to maybe listen to your signs, and if there are any red flags, to pay attention to those red flags, to be cautious, to not rush. So in terms of astrological signs, 4 of Swords, that is Libran energy. Ace of Wands is any of the fire signs of Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. 4 of Pentacles, that is Capricorn energy. So anyway, let me just try some of these cards. What's the general energy for pile number 2 and their person right now? Please can you tell me? What is the general energy? What's going on? Believe in the impossible. So maybe it feels like an impossible situation. So maybe you've been in separation from this person a long time. Maybe it's been like a long sleep, and you're just wondering, what their intentions might be towards you. Maybe you've been waiting around on them for a long time. Something like that. What else is going on between pile number 1 and their person, please? These two want to come out. What do they say? The end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. So maybe it's been tough. Maybe it's been difficult. conclusions are within reach, full moon and eclipse. So maybe there's just been a lot of waiting with the Four of Swords, with the hiddenness, with the High Priestess, you know, with the Four of Pentacles, because that is a lot of waiting around. So maybe there's been a lot of waiting, and now is a time for results to come in. So if you've been waiting on something, now is the time for results to come in. And maybe it's something that you thought wasn't going to be possible, but maybe, you know, the belief in the impossible is here to show you that, you know, maybe something can happen. But I just get the feeling that, you know, within that you just need to be discerning here, maybe with this person or this situation. Anyway, let's ask now, what is part number 2's person's actual and honest intentions towards part number 2 and this connection? What's their actual? So we've got the Empress. Oh, the Empress and the Emperor. Ooh, divine counterparts here. Wow. What is their actual? What have we got here? Then we've got the Five of Wands. What are their actual intentions towards part number 2 right now? What is that person's actual intentions, their honest intentions towards part number 2 right now? The Six of Wands. Okay. And the overarching energy is the High Priestess again. It's definitely, it could be, it's a hidden situation. It feels like it's very much a hidden situation. You could be in hiding from each other or in retreat from each other, or maybe it's a long distance connection here with the World card. I mean, that might be why we've got the Caution, but there's lots around listening, really listening to your intuition in this situation, really sort of honing into that, looking out for the sign, because even this one, like, you know, is about somebody really looking almost like a crystal ball. I feel like she's looking into a crystal ball. Yeah, but I feel like this person, in terms of their intentions, they I feel like they want to be in a situation with you. So if you're in separation from them, I feel like they want to be in a situation with you. So if there's been a period of waiting, I feel that that's going to come. They want to bring that to an end. But I don't know, it still feels a bit secret though. So if you're in a secret situation with them before, I don't feel like they want the secrecy to end, but I feel that they want to be back with you, if you know what I mean. So maybe they're married with the Emperor and the Empress. Maybe this is a three-way situation and they are actually married. Or maybe they're seeing you as their divine counterpart here with the Empress and the Emperor. But I'm just getting a sense of the Five of Wands that they are sort of controlling the situation, really, because with the Five of Wands here, that is a card of challenges. It's a card of rivalry. It's a card of competition, and it just feels to me like they want to have all the power, because that is also a bit like the Emperor, because again it's a similar sort of image, you know, of somebody controlling. So the Emperor here has got all these little people on strings that they are controlling and moving around, and this person has all the pieces on the board and the chessboard, and again this is a game of strategy. So there may be a bit of game playing, and that might be why there's some caution here. I feel like this person wants to be with you, but they want it all sort of on their terms. They want to control it all. They want to keep it, they maybe want to keep it hidden. So if it's a clandestine thing, and you are wanting more of a commitment from them, I feel like they would kind of stall on that with the Spider here. I don't always get that with this card, but I just feel that you need to be a bit wary with this Spider sitting in the middle here. I feel like because the Spider again just bides their time. They're just waiting to then lure the fly into the web, aren't they? So my sense is that If you've been waiting to hear from them, I think they will reach out and they will connect with you, but they still want the situation to be hidden, to be secret. You know, so that's kind of that's just my intuitive feeling. You know, with the Six of Wands here, they want to be recognised again by you. They want the situation to be good again. So if you're in separation, they want it to be good again. But they don't want to be out in the open with it. I've got to be honest, I don't feel like they want it to be out in the open. I feel like they want it to be secret. It might be because they're already settled in another situation, in another committed situation here. So they've already, in a way, possibly got their divine counterpart, and they don't really want to disrupt that. That's kind of what I'm intuitively feeling. So they want everything, yeah, they kind of want everything their way. Because this is the archetypal wife, this is the archetypal husband. You know, that's kind of what I'm feeling. But there's a lot of hiddenness in this situation, a lot of waiting around for something to happen. So maybe you're in a situation, you know, where you are the other person, and sometimes you see them and sometimes you don't. So sometimes there's a lot of times where you're just waiting around for them. Or vice versa, they could be waiting around for you, and you're kind of, you know, thinking, you know, are they ever going to actually just be with me? And my sense is that they kind of want it all their own way. They want it all. They want everything to go their own way. They want to control it all, so that they get maximum benefits in their kind of world. Really, I just that's kind of what I'm feeling here. And that's why you're being asked to listen to your intuition, to really go deep within yourself and decide, you know, whether there are certain red flags that you need to be, you know, you need to be aware of. Yeah, something like that. That's kind of what I'm feeling. But let's see what else we've got. Let's see if we've got another... I want to have one that tells me what is their actual intentions. So what is pile number 3? Not pile number 3. Pile number 2 is person's actual intentions towards. That was their true and honest intentions towards pile number 2. What is it? What is their actual intentions towards pile number 2? I feel like I know. What is their actual intentions? Right, I feel like that one and that one are coming out. So let's have a look. Let's see what this one is. Adjustments are required. Third quarter moon, so some adjustments, yeah. And a personal issue reaches resolution. Yeah, so basically maybe it's about you, now you've had this reading, maybe it's you about you being kind of forewarned and just maybe being clearer on boundaries and what you expect from the connection. And that you don't, I'm assuming that you wouldn't want this hiddenness or this secrecy or this, not being the main person, because I feel like for a lot of you, you might not be the main one in this connection, and you might be doing a lot of waiting around, or you might be a third party or something. So that might be why you need to make adjustments, and that all needs to be sorted out. Really, maybe it needs to be repaired better. It needs to be repaired better, like this spider's web that was not repaired. It needs to transform. And you are actually, with the caution card, being asked to listen to your intuition, listen to those red flags, and then sort of be clear about them and say, look, no, this is what I want. So we need to make some adjustments here, because I think with the Emperor card, I think this person could be quite, well, if I'm all right, then that's kind of all that I'm interested in. So you need to be really clear and firm with them. You need to match them with the Empress. You need to match them in energy and say, no, I've got needs too. These are my needs, and how are we going to meet in the middle? How are we going to match? It's not all about what you want. How are we going to both feel satisfied in this situation? So something like that. But I think they do definitely want to come towards you. They don't want to be with you again, but you just need to be clear that it can't all be on their terms, really. You've got just as much right, obviously, to voice what you want, and for them to meet it in the way that you know, it's got to be a balance, hasn't it? Okay, so what messages have we got here? What messages have we got for pile number 2 and their person? I like that one. So what have we got here? But I feel like there's a lot of attraction between you and this person. They feel a lot of attraction to you. But I think they're just a bit caught up in themselves. So they might be a little bit, maybe they've just got a really big career, or a big position, or a lot of responsibilities. But they're just, you know, they're just very focused on them, really. This one says embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. So maybe with this, you know, Empress and Emperor, you are a little bit of divine counterparts here. Then we've got imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. And that might be all like believe in the impossible. So, you know, maybe you're thinking, oh, this is all that I'm, you know, I'm able to have with someone. But that card could be about saying to you, well, actually, you know, there's a lot more out there. You know, you don't have to stick to something if it's not giving you what you need or what you deserve. But this one says sacred union. Honour and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. So there you go. But I do feel like you need to be. I think with this reading is you've got all these cards here saying that you need to act on those intuitive feelings that you're getting about this connection. You need to act on those red flags. If you're getting red flags, you need to be clear. You need to match the energy. You need to match it and say, no, it's important that I get what I want from this situation as much as you get what you want from this situation. It's not all about you getting everything your own way. It needs to be reciprocal with the 6 of Wands here. You know, this is a reciprocal energy. The 6 of Wands is just usually talk about victory. But in this depiction, it's about both, you know, the bird and the woman getting a balanced give and take. You know, she's feeding this bird the nectar that they want, and that bird is giving her, you know, a ride on its back. It's a reciprocated thing. It's not just one person or one energy getting more than the other, really. But anyway, pile number 2, that's been your reading. I hope you've liked it. If you have, please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hey, pile number 3, and welcome back to your reading. So in today's reading, we are doing, aren't we, you know, what are their honest and true intentions towards you and the connection? And you chose to come into the reading under this card, which is the Fox and the Ivy. Okay, and it's card number 27, is it? Or is it 26? No, card number 27. 2 and 7 is 9. Okay, and it says adaptability at the bottom. Adaptability. Now you got also, sorry, this little white stone as well. You got 2 of these, so let's see what this one is. The Boar and Pumpkin with Confidence. The Boar and Pumpkin with Confidence. So adaptability, confidence. And what are their intentions? You've also got understanding. Maybe somebody wants to cross over to the other side or move from one side to the other, or they're right in the middle there, aren't they? Yeah, maybe there's a lack of certainty about which way to go. Something like that, I don't know. And we've got rejection. Okay. And I've got 2 of these. And this one's actually the 4 of Cups. And this one is the Lovers card. Right, okay. So we've got quite a lot here. So we've got understanding, rejection, 4 of Cups, the Lovers. I feel like I don't think this person is not really sure what they're in. I feel like they're giving off a little bit of a mixed energy here. So like this person is standing in the middle of the bridge, you know, they're not going that, you know, they're not on this side of the bridge, they're not on that side of the bridge, they're sort of stuck in the middle. So it makes me feel that, and also you've got understanding and then rejection, and then you've got the Lovers, and then you've got the 4 of Cups. Well, the 4 of Cups is, the Lovers is about, you know, being, seeing a relationship as very significant, you know, to all intents and purposes, being very in love, feeling a strong pull towards someone, having a strong magnetism and attraction to someone. But the Four of Cups is someone who can't appreciate something, who can't see love, who can't see if someone's offering them love or giving them love. So I feel like this person, maybe this person's intentions are mixed, and maybe their messages are mixed with you. I mean, the fox is always has a little bit of a reputation, doesn't it, of being a bit sly, of being a bit not altogether honest, being a little bit mischievous. So again, like an ivy, the fox and the ivy. So ivy is an evergreen plant. It's a very a plant that grows really quickly. So maybe they're kind of saying one thing, you know, that they want the relationship to be solid and long-standing, but their behaviour isn't backing that up. Maybe they're being a bit mischievous or a bit sly, just for some of you, something like that. I mean, the boar again is the boar and the pumpkin. It says confident. Maybe they're just a bit cocky, this person, or quite sure of themselves, in themselves, but not, maybe there's an issue around commitment, or giving mixed messages, or, you know, their words don't match their actions, something like that. I mean, the boar is quite a greedy animal, so maybe this person, I'm kind of getting the phrase they want to have their cake and eat it. I don't know why, but for some of you that might be the case. This person you might be feeling that with this person, and that's why you're having this reading, and what are their actual intentions. Because I feel like there's a mixed energy here. On the one hand, they might be saying you're really significant, you mean a lot to them, but they're just not really showing that in their behaviour with the Four of Cups. They're not really appreciating you, they're not really giving you what you should be getting or what you deserve to have in a relationship. They're not, you know. So on the one hand, they might be saying that they're compassionate or that they're understanding, and they might show that in some ways. But then on the other hand, they're rejecting. You know, you know, the wall goes up. There are blocks, or they ghost you, or they stop talking to you, or something like that. You know, so it's like a mixture here. Their intention is mixed. They're not clear. They might be giving mixed messages. They may not be clear to you. And it may be a sort of an all or nothing situation where with the boar here you get an overload of affection and what have you, and then they pull back in some way, because the Lovers card can be choices as well in love. So maybe you know, they have an issue around commitment. They can't commit. They feel they've got lots of choices or something like that. Yeah, or it might be that this is a situation where you're not fully in a connection with this person. It could be a bit of an on-off thing, or a situation that goes in cycles, or maybe it's a third party or something like that. But there's definitely a sort of maybe saying one thing, doing another, or doing one thing, saying another, not being clear, mixed messages, not sure, keeping you waiting, that kind of thing. Not appreciating you, but then sort of being overly gushing, you know, something like that. So again, you don't really know where you stand in it, really, something along those lines. But anyway, first of all, let's draw some more cards out, just generally about what is going on in the situation, and you can check to see if this is actually your part. But those are just some of the messages that I'm picking up from these in terms of how they are and what their intentions are. I would say from these, their intentions is a lack of clarity. They're not clear. I would say that they want to have their cake and eat it. That's kind of the general feel that I'm getting from these particular cards. But I might be wrong. Let's look at the tarot and see before we make any major conclusions. Just to say a massive thank you if you've shared, subscribed, liked, commented. Thank you so much for that. It's so lovely to receive all the lovely comments and affirmations. I really appreciate that. If you feel like you want to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload, then please do. But anyway, let's get straight to it. So what's going on here? What is the actual energy? What's going on with pile number 3 and their person right now? 7 of the air. I mean, 7 of cups. I mean, that is a very kind of wishy-washy energy. It's one way of reading that. And it kind of goes with this, really. So what is actually going on? What is the energy of part number 3 and their person? Page of Cups, King of Pentacles. Overarching energy is strength. Yeah, I mean, it kind of goes with exact. I mean, these cards match exactly what I was saying there. So if this doesn't feel like your situation, you might want to listen to another pile, because what I feel with this person is they just don't. Partly they don't know where they're coming or going themselves, but the Seven of Cups is a dreamer energy, really. It's a daydreaming energy. It's an energy, it's a card of choices. Goes with the Lover's card. So I think this person thinks they've got a lot of choices, really, and they're unclear about what choice to make. So they haven't, it feels to me like they're not prioritising this connection as their first choice, and I'm just going to be honest about that. It doesn't feel to me like they are, but they're very good at times of convincing you that they are thinking like that, because the Page of Cups here is somebody who, you know, wants to says, you know, that they want to begin something with you, that they want to start something with you, that they want to offer you kind of romance and fun, but it's all very sort of, you know, well, pages are very kind of young anyway, it's quite an immature energy. But it's, you know, it's not really, there's no depth to it. That's kind of what I want to say there. There's no sort of depth to it. Or maybe they, you know, you're in a situation of separation with them. They've gone off and made you feel that they've got other choices, and they want to come back and offer you, you know, maybe they want to offer you an apology or an invitation or something like that. But what I would say is that you just need to be mindful of this particular person. Maybe they are offering, maybe they're, on the other hand, they're saying that they want to offer a commitment. They want to offer, because the King of Pentacles is about committed energy. It's a solid, stable energy. And normally, you know, it's a good energy, but I just think in this particular reading, what I'm feeling, because the overarching energy, it's a Strength card, is that, you know, that there needs to be strength, probably from you, number 3, in this particular connection, because I feel the Strength card is about somebody sort of overcoming challenges, but in a very sort of gentle way. So I feel like if this connection has been challenging you, it's about you now maybe taking charge and standing in your own power and in your own strength, and, you know, sort of making your own choices for yourself and deciding for yourself that you yourself want commitment, you want stability, you want something solid. You don't want this sort of energy, this wishy-washy energy, and just being clear about that and making it clear to this person in a sort of like a properly assertive way. So not in an aggressive way, not in a needy way. Just, this is what I want from a relationship, this is what I want from a connection, and this is what I'm going to get, and you're either going to give it to me or you're not. And if you're not, then I'm just going to, you know, I'm going to get on with my life, because I feel this person is, they're not clear in themselves. They're not clear in themselves. They're not sure about what they want. One minute they want to come towards you. They say they want to offer stability, security, and then they're not sure, and then they retreat again, and then so that kind of wishy-washy energy is very present, I think, within them and within this connection at the moment. And I think the overall energy is saying that it's about maybe recognising that, pile number 3, just taking it on board, recognising that. Because, you know, we can't change other people, but we can change how we respond and how we react. And maybe this is about, okay, you know, I know what's important to me. I know exactly what's important to me. I know what I value. I know what's, you know, what I want out of a relationship. And I'm not going to allow, so maybe this person with a lion here has been allowed to dominate the situation, to dominate the energy of the situation, to dominate the mood of the situation, to dominate where the situation is moving. And now it's about you saying, okay, I can see clearly maybe at the moment that this situation, you know, this person is confused, they're giving mixed messages to me. I can't change that, I can't change them, but I can change the way I respond to it. And if I don't like that, I can master it and move away, and, you know, give myself priority, give myself a sense of priority and stability by doing that. I don't have to, engage with their lack of clarity, really. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. In terms of astrological signs, Seven of Cups is Scorpio energy. Page of Cups could be any of the water signs of Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And then King of Pentacles is any of the earth signs of Capricorn, Taurus and Virgo. And then Strength is obviously Leo. So that's what I'm feeling. So maybe if it's been that they've been going backwards and forwards to somebody else, because the Lover's card is a choice here, and they've been keeping you waiting, and sometimes you're with them, sometimes you're not with them, and they're still in that energy of, oh, you know, let's just keep it light, let's just get together, let's just have fun, let's, just have a good time together. Then if you don't want that, it's just about you just being clear about that to yourself more than anything else, and making a commitment to yourself that this is not the situation then for you. But anyway, this is what I'm getting at the moment as a general energy. If that doesn't sound like the energy of your situation, you might want to look at another part. But let's see what their actual intentions are, because I might be wrong. Let's just see what comes out. Let's see what comes out for them. What is part number 3's person's true and honest intentions towards part number 3 and the connection? The Emperor. Okay. What is part number 3's person's actual true and honest intentions? 5 of Wands. Now all these cards came out in pile number 2, and it was a similar, it wasn't exactly the same, there was a sort of similar vibe going on in pile number 2, so you might want to listen to pile number 2 if you feel drawn to it. What is pile number 3's person's intentions now? What is pile number 3's person's intentions? Please make it clear to me now. What is pile number 3's person's intention? No. 7 of Wands. King of Pentacles. Okay. So let us see here. Okay. Yeah. So with the King of Pentacles coming up here as the overarching energy, and the Emperor and the 5 of Wands, I feel like there are challenges. I think again it's like a mixed energy again here, because the 5 of Wands and the 7 of Wands are both cards of challenge. Okay, so they find there's a challenge for them. Yeah, so it's a challenge for them to be in the connection. It's not a challenge that they can't overcome, but it is difficult for them. So maybe it's something around commitment or just being settled and stable. I think there is a challenge for them. Or maybe it's just a challenge for them to be stable, because these are cards of sort of like where things aren't stable because it's challenges, yeah? So it's instability there. But then you've got the Emperor and you've got the King of Pentacles, and they're all about stability. They're all about stability. They're about reliability, they're about dependability, they're about being loyal. So again, it just makes me feel that this person sometimes gives a message that they want to be loyal, they want to be reliable, they want to be dependable, they want to give commitment. But on the other side of it is that they find that hard, and so it's challenging for them and it's challenging for you. I feel like they would love to, I feel like they like to go off and, do other things, and, because with the 5 of Wands, that is about competition. It is about, competing with others. The 7 of Wands, I feel like this person, they sort of have love on their chest. So I do feel that they have strong feelings for you, pile number 3. It's not that I don't think they have strong feelings for you, but it's like they can't. They can't properly commit. They can't properly commit to it. It's they want to. I feel like they want to, but they're just not able to. It's too challenging for them. But I think that they're not. That they are trying to present as being somebody who is able to be committed and stable and loyal. sometimes, but then when it becomes too difficult and challenging, then then they might pull back, or they might retreat, or they might. So it's a mixture again. It's like a mixed energy. It's like a mixed energy in the connection. It's probably quite confusing for you. It's probably quite confusing for them actually, but it's also their intentions are confused. So they want to be able to offer you that. They want to be able to offer you commitment and stability. But they find it hard. I think they like playing. I think that's probably what I want. This is a girl playing a game of chess, moving all the pieces. And it's the same with the Emperor. They might be a bit of a game player. They might be a bit of a game player where they like to move the chess pieces around the board. They like to have a strategy. They like to control. These are all about, these two cards are about, these two particular depictions are about having control over other people. And I feel like this person likes to have the control. And that was similar to pile number 2. They like to have the control. They like to, move the pieces around, to have it all their own way. They might be quite manipulative, and I'm not giving them a very good, I just got to be honest, I feel like there is the potential for that with this person, with the fox and everything, for them to maybe be a little bit manipulative, to be wanting to control the situation, to control you. And that's why you've got the Strength card, because there's a need for you to be strong in this situation, to recognise your own worth and your own value, just in a calm way, just to be calm. Because you can't change this person. We can never change somebody else, can we? We can never change the way other people behave. That's pointless. What we can do is we can change our own responses to it and the way in which we react to it. And I just feel in this particular pile that it's about you valuing yourself and knowing what you want. And if this situation isn't providing you with that, it's about having the strength maybe to walk away, to reject the situation, really, because this person is not, I don't feel like this person is properly valuing you, is kind of, is not valuing the connection. They are not being clear. They are, they're wanting to play some games here. And they're not, and because of their behaviour, sadly, I feel that they're not able to really experience love, and that's why they're behind these bars with the love on their chest. They're in a sort of a bit of an internal prison, really. I don't think it's that great for them, but then that's for them to just work out, isn't it? That's for their own healing. They've got to do their own healing on that pile number 3. But in terms of you, all I'm saying here is that the intentions of this person are mixed. They are confused, just because also the connection is confused, and they may be very good at saying certain things to convince you at times that they want commitment, or that they're that they want to be in the situation, but also very good at dropping you or ghosting you or pulling back or retreating, and that might be why you're having this reading. And I don't feel that in terms of their intentions it's going to change, really. And I just think with the fox here, you need to be very, very, very mindful, really, and clear with yourself about what you want. And if you don't want that, then maybe it's about you having the strength to tame, maybe if it's a cycle or something like that, or a behaviour that the way in which you're responding to it, to tame that, and to think, okay, this is what I want, and I'm going to move towards that, irrespective of this relationship and this person. I'm just going to do it with calmness, as much as I can, even though it might be difficult, it might be painful, but the most important person in this setup is me. So I need to look after myself. I need to be strong in myself, and it's probably not, my strength is probably not being nurtured in this connection. So I'm just going to put that out there to you, pile number 3. But anyway, let's see what else we've got here. Any advice for pile number 3 in this situation, please? Any advice for pile number 3 and their person? Any advice right now? Adjustments are required. Now, interestingly, that came out in pile number 2 as well. So again, you might want to listen to pile number 2. Oh, what's that one? I think that might have come out. I'm going to take the top one there, not the others, because there's quite a lot there. I think the fiery climax approaches also came out in pile number 2. I'm pretty certain. So maybe it's just been a really testing time, and it's a climax. You know, it's a decision time. It's a time to take. You know, it's time to decide what you're going to do, or what's going to happen really. Oh, now that's gone on the floor. Let me pick that up, pile number 3. Just bear with me. I'm just going to put it on pause. Okay, I'm back, pile number 3. So this one says it's new moon in Leo, which is like new moons are about wiping the slate clean. And this says confidence is your key to success, and it goes very much with the strength card. So maybe this is to remind you that you've got confidence. You have got the confidence to be able to do what's right for you in this situation. And that's what's going to give you success, about being confident about what is important for you and going for it in an assertive way. And that means in a very balanced way, not an angry way or not a cross way, or just being very balanced in yourself, and just going for what's right for you. Like this one. This is going to be my last one. The energy is gaining momentum. Waxing moon. The energy is gaining momentum. So there you go. Right, let's have one message card, and then we're going to leave it. One message card. What have we got here for pile number 3 and their person? What have we got here? What does that say? Criticising one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. There you go. And what does this say? Passion. A magnetic and seductive quality surround you at present. Enjoy it. There might be a lot of passion in this situation with the Lovers card here, because the Lovers card can also be a sort of like that kind of twin flamey type energy, where there's a lot of cycles to a situation. It can be quite a difficult path, the twin flame path, if it's not evolved, if you haven't evolved and developed. But anyway, that has been your reading, pile number 3. I hope you've liked it. If you have, then please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now.